it's time for your healthy dose of information from a Hannibal Regional Healthcare System. Joining us here in the studio this morning, it's Volunteer Services Director Alicia Rollins. Good morning, Alicia.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great. It's great to be back today.
Yeah, it's good to have you back in the studio. It's been a little while.
It has.
Everything's going all right?
Everything's great. Lots
Good.
of exciting things going on with our volunteers.
Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit about the healthiness of helping others, because when you volunteer, it not only helps out a lot of other people, but it really helps out the person who volunteers, doesn't it?
It does. There's so much research that shows that when you get out and volunteer, that helping others, it decreases blood pressure, it increases serotonin in the brain. So it really is a healthy thing that you're doing for yourself, and it's also wonderful for our community. We love our volunteers at Hannibal Regional Healthcare System, but we encourage people to go out and find something that they're passionate about and give back to your community.
I think a lot of people, and I've known some people that they get past retirement and they just don't know at times what to do and can feel a little let down. But when they've started volunteering and being involved, especially in a group of other people who are, a lot of them in their same situation, they develop friendships and they realize how much and how important it is and how much it means to them to help other people and to be involved in that community.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a new volunteer I was just talking to earlier this week, and she said she just couldn't believe the friendship she's already developed by becoming a volunteer at our hospital. So you have that fellowship and you make those friendships. It really is a great thing.
And for us in the community, you don't realize till you are actually there at the hospital or you're at that time of need how much these volunteers play a huge part in being kind and helping out.
Absolutely. They play a huge role from the time you step on the campus of our hospital, from our shuttle driver who's out there helping you get to the door, all the way through your entire visit. Volunteers are going to be a part of that, whether you see them or not. We've probably had a hand in some of the things that you're going to see and do. So our volunteers do so much.
That's a great thing, and a big thank you to them. How do people get involved if they want to volunteer?
Well, there are a lot of different ways. You can come out and see what we do. Our volunteers there at the reception desk would be glad to talk with you and get you an application. You can visit our website, hrhonline.org. There's a Jobs and Volunteering tab that has all kinds of information about our auxiliary and what we do. And you can come by and check us out.
And speaking of the auxiliary, what's happening with the auxiliary? You've got a number of events coming up, right?
We do. We have some really exciting new programs. Our hospital recently opened a inpatient rehabilitation unit, and our auxiliary is going to be providing an activities program for those patients. So we're actually actively recruiting volunteers that maybe have a talent that they want to share, maybe really into crafts and want to come out and do crafts with our volunteers every once in a while. We have a volunteer who does basket weaving, and she's going to come out and do that with the volunteer or with the patients. So if you have a talent that you'd like to share, we'd love to talk with you more about our program.
All right, and I know we've talked about this before, and I think you guys have done this before. You've got some trips coming up. I don't know if it was last time you guys were in here we talked about this or not, but these aren't. This isn't a trip to the the Mark Twain cave. This is pretty awesome. One of them's you've got London, you've got England. I mean, this is a legit thing. And first of all, what is the connection between these trips and the auxiliary? Is it to raise money for? I mean, what's kind of the deal behind it?
It is. Our volunteers, our main focus is to provide service, but part of what we do for our organization is raise funds so that we're able to help provide much needed equipment for the patients. So a couple of years ago, we started partnering with Colette Vacations to provide tours, and we do receive funds back from these tours if individuals decide to go. So we have two new ones that we're promoting. The first one is Spotlight on London. It will be 7 days in London. You'll get kind of a panoramic tour of London. You'll get to go to the Stonehenge. You'll get to go on the London Eye, and you'll get to go and see the Globe Theatre. Those are just a few of the things that you'll do in your 7 days there, but I think 7 days in London sounds pretty awesome. And then we were also going to have New England's Treasures, and this is a little bit longer trip. It's 12 days. You're going to do a little bit more. You will be in London for a couple of days and see the Stonehenge, but then you're also going to go to places like the birthplace of Sir Winston Churchill. You're going to go to the Lake District, see the home of King Arthur. So it's a little bit more in depth.
What kind of people normally do you get that goes on these trips? Because you definitely have to have some time or some vacation days to use.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it kind of a mixed, or is it usually, people that are retired? How does it normally?
We've had a great mix from college-age students all the way up to those individuals who are retired. And one of the great things, we actually have Switzerland leaving next week. We have 15 travelers going over there, and about half of those travelers have been on other tours with us. So I think that kind of talks for the success of the trips. They've seen how great Colette is, and they want to go back.
You've mentioned Colette Vacations. Can you tell us a little bit about that company?
Yes, we chose Colette because they have a rich history of doing the tours. They've been around for about 100 years, and we have an expert that we work with there who comes up and provides all of the information, and they truly treat us like royalty. They pick us up on the campus of the hospital the day that we're going to leave and take us to the airport. They handle the luggage all throughout. One of the best things is they employ all of the tour guides that we have on our trips. And so when you go over there, you're really getting a local expert. You're not getting somebody that they contracted it out to.
All right. How much does a trip cost, and how do people get involved?
Well, Spotlight on London is a 7-day tour. The price includes your airfare, several meals, all of your 5-star hotels, all of the touring, and it's $2,999 per person. So just the airfare alone, that's an amazing price.
Right.
And then 12 days for England's Treasures is $4,299. Again, includes everything.
Do you need to go as a group, or can somebody just go on their own?
Absolutely, you can go on your own. We have several travelers who are repeat travelers that go on their own. If you want a roommate, a lot of times we can work on that as well. So we hope everybody will come out that's interested on November 3rd at the front conference room at Hannibal Regional Hospital. We're going to have informational meetings. The first one at 4:30 about England, and then the second one at 5:30 on London. Our Colette Vacations representative will come up and talk with you about everything that you would need to know to get set for the trip.
All right. Anything else going on with the auxiliary?
Well, on November 16th and 17th, we have Dillards from the Galleria Mall. Will be up at our hospital for 2 days, so come out and join us and get some early Christmas shopping done.
All right. Sounds good. It's a time of year to be thinking of that,
Yes,
too.
it is.
And if you want to volunteer, people can get a hold of you.
Yes, please contact me, 573-248-5272, or check out our website and learn more about us.
Okay. You know what I like that you mentioned there is that they pick you up at the hospital and take you on the trip through the whole process. At noon, Dylan had a video yesterday during the noon show of a guy that was late for his flight, was on the runway knocking on the plane trying to get them to let him on. It was absolutely
You
hilarious.
chased it down.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right, Alicia, thanks for coming in, and thanks for all your
Hey,
information.
thank you.
It's Alicia Rollins, the Director of Volunteer Services at Hannibal Regional Hospital. It's your healthy dose of information right here on News Talk Live from Hannibal Regional Healthcare System.